I remember entering Lincoln High School and immediately feeling the negative vibe that I felt every single day. I noticed the brown clothing and brown skin. They were mi raza, Chicanos. We are not simply Chicanos, and we are not only hoodlums or militants. We are human beings that should be respected. I realized I was buying into this whole thing about the American dream. Get an education, and you can be whatever you want to be. Even though in the back of my mind, the reality that I saw was different from what they were saying. I remember stepping into my classroom, throwing my stuff down to join the rest of the cramped students trying to get situated. The teacher called attendance with passive disgust, mindlessly slaughtering the pronunciation of each of our names. She demanded that we pull out our textbooks, and as I grabbed for my backpack, I felt the spine disintegrate in my hands. Most of us didn't even have a book to read from, and could not even understand the language in the first place. But she continued to assault us with facts about these great American heroes. Why should I have cared about worthless old white men when my dad was starved for money? I sat in the back of the class, staring at the clock, and listening to the tick of the hand. There was nothing for me to learn here. We were constantly being told that we would all be the janitors and gardeners of this country. Sal Castro, teacher at Lincoln High School, laid out the problems to us. The shitty books that we use every day. Counselors are willing to encourage us to become more than a janitor or gardener, and if we tried to communicate in Spanish, we would all be punished. Rulers swooping down, whistling through the air, cracking sharply across our knuckles. It seemed like those ignorant gabachos hated their jobs as much as they hated us. But I had to stay. Even if the situation at Lincoln got worse, I had to stay to prove that Chicanos can be successful in life. But by the middle of the year, the majority of the students that I knew had dropped out. But the teacher continued to stand in front of the class as if everything were the same. As long as somebody showed up, she thought she did her job by educating the masses. I was better off helping my dad pay the rent than to listen to all that worthless bullshit. I took one last look around that room, looking for a sign of hope. The clock ticked loudly in my head as I rose from my chair. I wasn't going to waste my time in this place any longer. I knew this was the best decision I could make for myself. I grabbed my backpack without a second thought and slammed the door behind me without looking back.